is we have a ton of Ethereum friends, and none of them like Cardano. And our idea was like, all right, we've got a lot of products on ETH. Tell us what to bring to Cardano, and we'll build it for you. And so that's basically how we wanted to create a chat system for Cardano, because if you wanted a rare NFT, it was really hard to get a rare NFT if no one wanted to put an offer or other things. So we've created Mercury chat, and this never works. So I'll talk a little bit.
And previously, if you wanted to find an NFT, you had to shout it out on Twitter and post a guy.
Yeah,
it's not very efficient.
Here we've got our main page, and very simply with Cardano, we just have a simple connect wallet, and then you just have access. And if you want to log in, it's very simple as well. You just add, or you just click the button and then sign with your wallet.
We also have
Yeah, so basically the idea is as cryptocurrencies become like their own countries, you already see that with the tribalism with the currency and everything. You need a communication layer. So this is basically the first kind of iteration of that communication layer. This is a centralized layer for communication, but we're going to be moving into a more federated type system as time goes on. The goal of having everyone can run a node associated with Mercury, and you can have access to messages in a decentralized way. That's kind of the end goal, but for right now we've got a centralized system where you can message any Cardano wallet that you want. So basically right here, I can enter a handle, for example. There we go. It goes right to the ADA handle associated with the address. And now I can type in whatever message I want. So let's say you're on JPEG Store, which I see Doc over there, or you're on some other marketplace, a couple of them are coming out. Then you can actually just message the person directly for the NFT that you're looking for, or maybe you have a mistaken transaction, maybe you want another, you want to talk to someone for a variety of reasons. You could always just message them on Mercury chat, and then they will get your message, and you can communicate. One of the problems, though, is chat is a very network effect style system. If no one's using the chat, you're never going to get the notification. So we've got a couple solutions for this, and one of them is I can actually send NFT messages to people. So let's say someone's not on the Mercury chat, they've never heard of it before, you can actually send them an NFT that will let them know that they've received a message.
So next time they check their wallet, they're going to see, oh, you received a Mercury message. And the message will be embedded in the metadata.
So here I'm basically just typing a hello Chris message.
it shows up as an NFT.
Yes, in my wallet, I will see something. You have a Mercury chat message. I click on it, click the metadata, the message is right there. So even if they've never used Mercury before, they're going to know that now.
Alright, we have a blockbuster error right now, but I'll fix that right after this. We'll fix that all right now. But that's basically the idea, is that now you can message people, you can send them NFTs and things like that, and you can communicate with them. But that's not really enough. This is kind of, it's a simple chat system. A lot of them have been before, nothing revolutionary. But we wanted to do something a little bit better than ETH, because ETH has something called ETHscan.
And we deserve it.
And so our idea was, well, we've spent a long time. Our idea is we basically wanted to do something better than ETH, and a lot of this that we built, it took a couple months. It took basically at least 2 months to build the chat system, have the account system ready, and everything like that. What if other dApps and applications can actually embed Mercury into their own dApps so they don't need to write their own chat system every single time? And so that's what we've done as well. So without further ado, I have an example of how people can implement Mercury into their own dApps. And that's actually a live example. So if we go to the wonderful people over at Pixel Pages, just the great friends over there, Caps in Switzerland right now. But as you see at the bottom right, you've actually got the chat bubble. And this chat bubble was created with only 3 lines of code. And you click right here, and then boom, we've got Mercury right in the bottom right. So you can connect your wallet, sign in just like normal. So I will sign in here. And then boom, it automatically opens up and you bring right to your Mercury feed. So now, if you're on anyone's app, you can use Mercury to get all the messages that you want. Any NFT marketplace can implement this, any game can implement this, any type of system where you need any type of wallet-style communication, even across blockchains. Ethereum doesn't have anything like this. We can add Ethereum to like this, where Cardano wallets and now Ethereum wallets can communicate within the DApp. So that's basically the idea, because a lot of development time is spent building these chat systems to do all these different things. Now we have a system you can just embed it with 3 lines of code, and it's super simple. Not only that, if we take what I said earlier, where we have this kind of federated system where you have someone wants to run a Mercury node in the future, they can get paid for running the node, and they still get access to the same messages at the same real-time speed. You can have people actually make money from hosting the node and providing these messages to people in real-time speed. That's super important because a lot of blockchains scalability problems. So it's really important to get that level of speed, and these stacks can now create Mercury and watch code. And then we have some fun features like communities and things where anyone can take messages. And we've got the town square where anyone can message. So I'll just message the town square now. So anyone on Cardano that wants to see that message, probably can see it. But we think Mercury really can be the future of communication between blockchains and inter-blockchains, because it can embed right into the DApp, and it makes it so much easier for developers to get that personal communication. DEXs can use it as well for things. But even more importantly, actually, for Cardano specific, we actually just announced and released stake pool provider messages. So if you run a stake pool, we can verify you on Mercury. This is a very centralized system right now because we just let people, we don't have all the development resources. And now stake pool can message all of their delegators at once in one big message. And that's totally free for all Cardano stake pools. So a lot of them use it already, so if anyone's running a stake pool against Mercury, that's available. Do we have any questions for us?
Sorry, but this was like said already. But do you know, is it like NFTs specifically, or is it like off-chain data essentially that is like the messages related to? If it is like NFTs, how do you, because like one turns to like and whatnot, or it's like how do you go about, like, I assume like you would just have like infinite messages just building up or some mechanism like
So the way we've done it right now is the message system is centralized. It's on a centralized Postgres database. We are going to move to a decentralized database in the future that's also encrypted. That's another important part. But it's not, the performance isn't really there yet, and that's kind of why we've held off a little bit. But the messages themselves are centralized. So if I message my brother, then I can just say, that's it. But if I wanted to send an NFC message, which I might have to fix because of the error from just before, you can do that as well. So that will put it on the chain. And it has some fee. We actually charge 1 Ether for fee of that because it is a fee technically we want to make some money. But yeah.
are you guys excited for midnight?
Very. So that was basically when we heard about that, we're like, wow, now you can do native encrypted messages with addresses and whatnot. We don't know all the specifics of midnight, or maybe some. Yeah, they know there's a background. So, but we're super excited for something like that because the possibility of having a wallet-based encrypted native chat system that can be embedded into any application that you want. It seems like that could be the future of communication, and we're really excited to bring it to Cardano. So, very happy about that. That's Cardano.
Any more questions from the audience? I have a question for you. Can you explain more of the benefits of wall-to-wall communication and why somebody might want to use Mercury rather than WhatsApp?
That's a really nice NFT you got there. Shame I didn't know who you even were. I mean, imagine a JPEG store added a Mercury chat filter. You see an NFT you want to buy, maybe you can make an offer feature, but instead of Scan your wallet, and you're part of the NFT community, or if you are a delegate to a state board, you'll automatically join groups and you will have, so you can automatically see what you might have. You're like 5 and 8 would be a signing. And you're a glorified part of any state board. There, and see what's going on there. What was even cooler is that I believe my brother told me about the stake pool feature where if you own the stake pool community, that you're the owner, you can send a Mercury check to all the people on Mercury with a personalized message. So say you want to give them an offer or a secret code or something like that, like you're only delegating to your stake pool, you can do that. And because it's simply a this feature, a lot of stake pools want to use it. So you're aware of that.
All right, any more questions?
One more question for you. What are your goals for decentralization? Do you have a timeline to get to that? What's the process for that?
Yeah, so basically what we think for Mercury is we're probably not going to have the decentralization the way that blockchains are decentralized and they have to validate or anything. What we think is probably going to work is a federated system where you can run a Mercury node and they're all connected to an encrypted decentralized database, like a web database or something. And the way that would work is you have a series of providers that have some sort of encryption key. They can decrypt messages in a database everyone has access to, and then they can provide it, and then they can get paid for supporting that network. That's basically the idea. In terms of timeline, probably at least over a year or 2 years from now, just because of the way. One of the things is we don't want to sacrifice the speed of messages and the user experience for the decentralization right now because we think the technology is going to be there.
And we want to build the actual application on a centralized so that we get more familiar with it first. So once we get to make sure all the features, all the things, things are working, but it's the finished product, then we want to put on a centralized server because, if we're already building on something that's centralized, it's probably going to be a lot harder than, building the app and then making sure it's on the.
Yeah, the two core value props of Mercury Chat are. Yeah, the two core value props right now are the ability to message someone based on an NFT or an NFT you want to buy it, and the ability to embed something right into your app, right into your native app because you don't want to spend the development time to build your own chat system. So those are the two core value props at this time. It's only going to expand in the future.
Yeah, and imagine you have a video game or a game online or something, and you want to have a chat right there. Take it.
All right, thank you guys.